Thanks for joining us on today's In Wheel Time Car Show. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the Ram heavy-duty 2500.
Yes, sir. I have to tell you, this was I was really surprised by this vehicle. Yeah, it is it's the 2500. You know, we drive the Power Wagon and we get all the off-road stuff. This is the other end of the spectrum. You know, this is the Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 2500. So this is more of a luxury vehicle, and I can see why these guys drive this kind of vehicle when they're pulling their horse trailers and things like that, because this is a nice pickup. Now, we happen to have the Night Edition, which is a new trim level that came out this year. And, of course, it's got all kinds of things. It's kind of a monochromic look to it. It's got the painted front and rear bumpers, got the grill surround is also painted to match.
This one does not have that.
No, this is on the Midnight Edition that we had. They didn't have any pictures up there, and I should have took the pictures of it when I had it. So, but it gets into all kinds of things on the outside. We had the remote tailgate release. We had the trifold tonneau cover to put stuff up under it. We were rolling on some 20 by 8 inch black aluminum wheels that kind of goes with all of that. Had the LED bed lighting packages, a deployable bed stock. So this has a lot of features in it that you might find on more of a luxurious truck that you wouldn't think about when you're looking at a heavy duty. But this has got it, and I can see why people do this. Now, what I don't like, I will tell you this on the outside of it, it's got those clearance lights up on the top of the cab.
Yeah, well,
all heavy duties have that, but it's actually an option on this vehicle.
Why don't you like that?
It makes it look like a commercial truck to me.
And there's a problem with that. It's a 3/4 ton heavy duty, and hey, man.
Well, but again, the driving experience that I had with this vehicle, it was more like a luxury truck. Even though it is big, and you know it's a big truck, but we'll get to that in just a second.
Well, at least they're optional. If you think ahead,
it's optional. You get it off there. Because when you get to the inside of it, we had the leather seating. The front bucket seats were heated and ventilated. The rear seat does fold up, but it was also heated. We had the wireless charging. We had the surround camera. You know, we had the big 12-inch Uconnect screen that, you can split up. And you know, we had this 17-speaker Harman Kardon audio system, so we had this great sounding system in it. It's got the glass to kind of keep the road noise out of it. It's got a lot of insulation. I mean, it sounded good, and it drove really good. We had the 6.4-liter V8 up underneath the hood, 410 horsepower, 429 pound-feet of torque with an 8-speed automatic. You know, this thing properly equipped will tow up to its 19,000-plus pounds. So, I mean, that's a heck of a load that most people won't tow.
Right.
But it'll do it if you want to. Now, of course, the EPA, since it's 2,500, doesn't really rate the miles per gallon on it. But the week I had it, got 15 miles per gallon average for the week. Spent quite a bit of time out on the highway, and that's really where I got this confidence-inspiring driving experience with this vehicle. It just felt good. It felt solid, and it felt like, you know, you were connected with the road. It didn't feel like you were driving a big monster truck. Now, part of that was because there's two different suspensions available in the 2500. You can have the 5-link coil system, which is basically what everybody gets standard. But we had the air ride suspension on it. And the auto leveling on it, so it was always level no matter what we put in the back of it. So, but it gave it a firm ride because it is the 2500, but it was a nice firm ride. It wasn't like you were driving an off-road vehicle that bounces you a whole lot.
It wasn't going to knock the dentures out of your mouth.
No. It was just
firm, not stiff.
It was just a nice driving truck. Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, of course, you're going to look over at the GM house, and you're going to find the Chevrolet 2500 Crew Cab 4x4.
Leaf Springs.
Starts $50,000 up in that range.
Leaf Springs.
The Leaf Springs. The GMC 2500's
Leaf
similar.
Springs.
The Ford F-250.
Leaf Springs.
It's all up there.
It doesn't have leaf springs.
No, this does. The Dodge doesn't. That's the huge advantage why the ride quality is totally different than all these other big heavy-duty trucks.
Even empty.
Let me ask you something. What is the deal? Why do they still stick with leaf springs?
Cost.
It's so old school.
Cost.
But coil springs don't cost anymore.
Well, it's and the capability of the leaf springs and stuff, because you can bump them up to where you can put more weight in there versus the coil springs.
So you make the coil bigger around.
Yeah, but it's still the dynamics of it just doesn't work the same.
Whatever.
So anyway, so you can get a base 2500 Ram Crew Cab, 4-wheel drive, starting up around $38,000. There are 35 prices across the trim levels of these things. So, but a base Laramie crew cab 4x4 2500 is going to start at $52,350. Now, you got to remember, this is the Laramie. This is the luxury level of interior and trim that you hear so much about with the Ram trucks, generally in the 1500 series, but you can get it in the 2500. Now, our vehicle started at $52,350, right there at the base entry level point. But
Here comes the butt.
We had some optional equipment, including towing packages and technology and bed lighting. A lot of it was in that Laramie Level 2 equipment, and that bumped it up to $70,980.
But that's still in the range for everybody else.
It's very competitive, and some of them it's a little bit cheaper depending on how you equip the other ones. And it lives up to all the hype, in my opinion, that you see of the luxury interior and the ride that Ram has become known for over the last few years.
Thank you very much, sir. Time now to take a look at the car calendar. And I have one to add to it.
Go ahead
and that is the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In that's going to happen next Saturday at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland. And it happens from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. It's a cruise-in. Bring your hot rod. If you don't have a hot rod to bring, fine. Park in another parking lot right around the corner and come and see, because it is a car show that is going to appear at 8 and then it goes away at 11. So I invite you to go into that.
And it's free.
And it's free. And we're going to be there.
And we have tacos.
And we're going to be there.
Bloody Marys
and we're going to be there.
And we're going to be there. And Don will have his hero cards signing autographs.
No, I won't. Yeah.
So this afternoon, starting at 1:30, is at Rudy's in Tomball, the barbecue place. And we had Stephen on earlier talking about Speed Advocates and their child's car show with not the Hot Wheels. What am I trying to think of?
The plastic kitty cars.
The plastic kitty cars. 3:30 p.m. is a car cruise, the Forest Cruise, leaving from Tomball. And then tonight at 6 p.m. is the Nifty 50s, and this is their final show for the year in the Woodlands. Tomorrow morning is Houston Fall Cruise is leaving from Meyerland. They're going to go on a cruise down south. BMW CCA.
What time is that?
8 a.m.
Okay.
BMW Car Club of America is having an autocross in Hitchcock starting at 8:30. The Lake Houston Meet and Cruise in Humble starts at 12. And the Deputy Tim Shackelford Benefit Car Show in Montgomery starts at 12 o'clock as well. And that's it.
All right. Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues after this quick break.
Texas Truck Works is your go-to truck customizer. From mild-to-wild lift kits, custom wheels, and steering and handling enhancements to the best personal and commercial wraps, Texas Truck Works delivers. Let Texas Truck Works founder Scott Stevens help you get the most out of your truck or Jeep. Texas Truck Works has decades of customizing experience, including power adders and complete engine swaps. Let the Texas Truck Works team design an upgrade plan that fits your budget. Get truck attitude today at TexasTruckWorks.com.